How do you become a better photographer? Coming up next. What's up everyone, it's TJ with Darpino Media, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to become a better photographer. Do you see what I did there? I just put phone in front of the top. You know what I did. Tip number one is exposure, and basically exposure is how much light you're letting into the sensor of the camera or the phone or whatever it is you're using to take the photo. Essentially, there are three different ways to be exposed: overexposed, underexposed, properly exposed. Sometimes depending on where you want to be at artistically, you could be underexposed. Sometimes people like to be a little overexposed, although I do not recommend it. And an easy tip to kind of tell whether or not you're properly exposed is to look at the highlights. If the highlights are very, very overly white and kind of gleaming and you can't see any of the information in that, you're overexposed. If you touch the screen on most smartphones, you can actually drag it around and you can find that sweet spot where the actual lighting is perfectly lit across the entire thing. My recommendation is that if you are in a difficult lighting situation, which tends to be a lot of light and a lot of darkness all at the same time, underexpose the photo a little bit. When you get into post-production, it's very easy to raise the shadows and get some of that information back and have a very nice looking photo, as opposed to if you overexpose it, you lose all the information in the highlights and you end up with an ugly photo. Tip number two, lots and lots and lots of photos. Try it from different angles. Try it from angles that you've never seen before. Try it from down low. Try it from up top. Try it from the side. Try it from the other side. You never know what's going to end up looking cool in the end. Keep taking the photos until you think you have way too many. Tip number three is cropping. Do not be afraid to crop your photos. As a matter of fact, you should always crop your photos unless you take a perfect composition every single time. Maybe there's a little bit of something in the picture that you don't want in the picture. Maybe there's just empty space and it's still a great photo, but you just have all this ugly empty space to the side. Crop it out, boom, erased, great photo. Next. Tip number four, and probably the most important tip of all, is lighting. You need to be paying attention to what kind of lighting it is. You need to be paying attention to where your subject is relative to the light. You need to pay attention to all of it. And I know it's a little bit overwhelming, but it's really not that hard. All you have to do is just make sure that there is some sort of good light source able to hit your subject. Because if you're in the dark, your photo's not going to be that good. I'm just going to be honest with you. You can try, but it's probably going to be bad. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any suggestions or some great tips on how to take better photos with your phones, please leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, you can follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Till next time, I'll see you.